Hello and welcome back to another Stack vs Stack, this time sponsored by IMA. We are finding ourselves here on Arroyo today, and I am joined today with Escape.
Hello.
Yeah, we're going to see how this Stack vs Stack goes. On Team 1, we have Sammy, Bob, Duke of Stars, and Bazuzu. And on Team 2, we have Scrubbus, Quiz, Bell, and Prone.
Taking a look at initial deployments here, both sides favoring the top of the map, which shouldn't be all surprising. This is Arroyo. ANS very focused on the B side there with their capitals there. I'm noticing, is it all capitals that ANS brought?
Yeah,
I'm
that looks like a
seeing,
lot of 450.
yeah, I'm seeing, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Axfords and 2 BBs? 1 BB? What is, oh my god, that's a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, OSP countering with... Oh, we are in already. Wow, that was fast deployment. Do you want to take ANS or OSP?
I'm burning with the ANS right now, but I get a feeling we're
ANS,
just
you
gonna
got
be
it.
seeing a lot of Axfords, a lot of
I
450.
have, I have a feeling we will be seeing a lot of that as well.
Oh my god.
Yep. All right. Not sure what I expected from the deployments, seeing all those ships, but here we go.
Yeah, check it out. Only two spinners for D. That's all they're sending to go cap that. Meanwhile, the rest of the 450 ball is just all grouped up on B. Yeah, Sammy's running broadside 450. No, these are Greenford.
So is Duke. Duke's running broadside too. Single Raider, double whip. Huh.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Onomatopoeia
Duke.
with the BB. Yeah, Duke is full broadside. You
Broadside
said
with
Sammy
only
was
one.
broadside too?
No, he's the same as a Greenford, but Duke with only one Raider is interesting.
Yeah. Well, ideally the enemy will focus on something else in this cluster.
Oh,
Onomatopoeia with the BB.
Scarvis is playing a carrier. R2
Yeah, they've
carrier.
been playing
Excellent.
carriers. They've been playing. Oh, this is the one that they brought for the Heartstones match. I have a feeling. Yep, North Deck relies on a lot of R2 strikes to dislodge key ANS assets like Beamstones. Unfortunately for Scrubbus here, I don't see any Beamstones.
Yeah.
Outplayed,
Does
I
he have to
suppose.
fight any SDMs? I don't think ANS brought any SDMs.
ANS does have backpack fighters from Onomatopoeia's BB. It does appear to be radar scouts. No, those are ELINT sensors on Shepard Squadron. Any other craft within that hangars? Another skiff
Two
with...
Tantos.
Yeah, for defense, I would assume. All right, that's fair. I'm assuming they are coils. No, 20 mil, huh?
This is so
Yeah.
450 ball does pretty well on Arroyo if you take the top half of the map. So you basically rotate over, you take B, you take C, and you force OSP into the bottom side. Normally the map gets bisected like top down, but
Right.
if it, I mean, OSPs also looks like they're trying to challenge the top here, which is really funny. Duke is just still broadside, just flying into the face of a lot of 450. Duke, what
Is
are
he
you
being
doing?
targeted first?
Yeah.
Duke! Duke is gaming is what Duke drives is what Duke does. Duke is like on top of A right now, and broadside axers being fired on by 3 450 liners at the moment, which is not definitely not what I would be doing. I'm
Oh
just
my
gonna say
god.
that
He
in
is
broadside
dying
Axford.
already. Holy cow.
So one of the Axfords, center stack completely gone, mags down. Okay, the CIC is almost down. A single hit to that CIC. Oh, there's one up top too, but anyway, how's the counter battery going? Counter battery going into Bell's 450 liner up here, which is starting to take some damage, although not as much as Duke did there. See, the spectator chat is very much confused by Duke's play, as we are as well. Anyway, OSP steps onto A. Prone steps onto A with a cringe capper without... There is nothing here to really dislodge that. No beamstone, no CLs. Secondary batteries from Sammy open up, but I think that's too little too late to deny A. Boxer and Dagger in ANS's hands. C and E within OSP's. OSP does take the initial cap lead here as they are going to secure A with that cringe capper. It is up to ANS to push. Although, based on ANS right now, it appears that they already are pushing. They are flank speeding towards C at the very beginning of the game here, trying to use their massive meat here to just dislodge OSP's front line from the point, take it early, control the top of the map. Although with the loss of A, that's really rough. If ANS wants to play for top of the map, they need to retake A to get the cap advantage, because OSP can just go down and hold bottom.
Well, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, Duke finally gets his battle points straight after only losing 3/4 of his Axford. Yeah.
Nah, you can chain restore. It's fine.
He can. It's gonna hurt a little bit. But how much damage is being dealt in return? Bell forced out of orbit. Quiz being forced out of orbit.
Yep. I think OSP has realized ANS's strategy here. You can already see their liners starting to pivot as they are looking probably to go under the map, and they do not want to take this fight. They are probably going to look to dive low and try to get some crossfires on that massive frontline group.
I would like to see the BB push up because it's trailing way too far behind.
Meanwhile, ANS just steps onto A with an Axford. There is a 250. Yeah, if Sammy gets the bow pointed, they should win the fight against that 250 liner, especially if there's any supporting fire from up top. It doesn't look like it. Looks like ANS is pushed too far forward to help, but Sammy should be able to. At the very least, Sammy's going to slow die on A and prevent OSP from taking it back for a while. You can see her, though. OSP is already starting to make some plays for Dagger. Prone has already flank speed their meat journeyman towards Dagger. No plays attempted for Boxer. Boxer still held down pretty well by the BB. See, this
OSP
squadron
has to
of
just not die, and the squadron photon flight will probably find.
It'll find the capper. It's probably looking for a beam destroyer. If I had to take a guess, there is nothing there though.
ANS is really trusting in their armor here. I'm not sure pushing like this is a good idea because they're a little disjointed.
It's kind of working. Sammy gets it looks like the push is like split right now as Sammy full commits onto the push, right? Steps onto A and is about to step onto C perhaps with the other Axford, where the other team, they pump the brakes. They're staying mid. Not what I would expect out of this type of push. Normally out of this type of push, you full commit, right? They do find the meat journeyman on C, though. I think that might be enough of a crossfire to deal damage past the hangars from Duke's healthy Axford, although the angle is still pretty sharp there.
450 will auto pen on this. He'll be fine. They will be able to kill it with this angle.
Right.
There should be 3 Axes on C right now, not 1.
Yeah, if they wanted to do this push here. Lots of squadrons up. These are all R2 strikes. That's a squadron of, what is that, 13? About to R-strike Sammy, or R2 strike Sammy here. The Axford will absorb a lot of that with its armor, although if with enough hits you get through. Scrub is uncontested in terms of SDMs and S3H ACMs here. Is going to have pretty much free reign over these Axfords, especially the Greedfords, to just get free strikes through. You can already see Scrubbus is already readying up torpedo bombers. Yep, they are already preparing to just annihilate this Axford that's pushed out of position. And this is why if you push, you do it all at once, because Sammy's Axford is now left all alone in the front here, and the carriers are probably just going to pick it apart.
Interestingly, even AP doesn't work too well against Journeyman because it's being overpenned.
Yeah, they do manage to knock out the CIC, which means that it cannot continue to maneuver to present bow on. There goes the rocket strike. They actually go into this capper that's waiting in position to take C. This forces ANS to need to push an Axford onto C to take it, which puts them out in the open against the 450 liners, which are still kind of lurking around. OSP, meanwhile, does step onto Dagger, completely uncontested. Photon Squadron... No, Pazuzu does manage to take their capper out up through the top, through the hole, I think, or at least around. It is safe. but there is nothing on Dagger to prevent that from falling into OSP's hands. OSP retakes the cap lead that they got early on. It is not going to be too long until their points tick over, and they are at points advantage over ANS.
I feel like
Animate Squadron, yep,
I
pivoting
feel like they
torpedoes
needed.
onto
Oh yeah, here's the
Sammy.
torpedoes.
CMD Hodge, pretty standard stuff. Comms jammer on the back of the Axford, not being fired.
He's dead.
As the torpedoes are, yeah, those torpedoes are just gonna hit for free. That Axford is crippled.
And here
Within
come the
arc
bombs.
of, oh, they had bombs too. Oh.
Yep.
I was looking for the 450 liners. Yeah, the bombs will definitely do it. As unfortunately, yes, that's just gonna prevent ANS from taking.
Oh,
C
the
more than likely.
Sarissa's actually.
The Sarissa's though, is it enough? It's enough. Is it going to drift onto the point? It is. It's still being contested due to the meat journeyman. It is still live on the point. It should be worth noting that Sammy is now under 450 AP fire, which means that this Axford will likely die within the next few moments. That thing is not getting back up, I don't think. Yeah, the journeyman just contesting C right now. Looks like ANS has finally got the memo here as Duke begins to re-push their crippled Axford onto C, recognizing that it's going to be a while until Scrubbus can cycle another squadron of bombers. They already have another squadron of bombers located at A right now. The A-point Axford does have a comms jammer. It is firing. Self-Illume is already prepped to defend against the strike. CMD Hodge fired. CMD's going to get comms jammed, but the torpedoes still run straight. You can see them run straight now. Can Sammy dodge is the question. No, Sammy cannot. Massive hits into the bow of that Axford there, already under 250 AP fire. Means that this Axford might not have what it needs to get back up. Yeah, there comes the bomb follow-up. Sarissa's doing their best to try and cover for Sammy there, although those bombs released at close range. Those are going to hit.
Went into the nose, not the structure.
Went into the nose, yeah. No, the Axford is still alive. Does it have an arming missile? Oh, there goes the structure break. Never mind.
I don't know if you saw it earlier, but there was a fuel line fire on the journeyman, and the journeyman's reinforced stack tanked the fuel line fire.
Are you joking me?
While structure broken. Yep.
Bruh, okay. Meat Journeyman is indeed fair and balanced, and there is no problems with it whatsoever. Anyway, Alliance already down nearly 3 Axfords here. Duke sends their crippled Axford onto C here to just try and take the point.
Quiz's liner on C.
Do they not have... Is Duke's radar too damaged? Duke's is low power.
His radar's just off.
His radar's off. Does Duke know that he's MCOM'd?
The enemy secured Zone Comet.
Huh. Well, the Alliance takes C point, which gives them cap advantage again, although with very heavy losses, as that's going to cost them multiple Axfords. The Axford at A already going down here, the 250 liner, capitalizing off the strike from Scrubbus. Duke has already begun to pivot one of their other Axfords back, probably to try and deal with that liner, make sure A is held. The BB is still very healthy, pushes up. You can see here, OSP's liners are doing a pretty good job here of ducking in and out of cover against this massive 450 wall here. They are still pretty much all completely healthy. Some minor damage, of course, but much less damage than ANS has taken so far. The carrier support has been a godsend for OSP right now.
What Pro needs to do is just yeet a journeyman onto A. He will cap it.
Honestly, yeah. Duke is already flanking towards A though. He'll probably arrive before. I mean, ANS's victory condition is to hold 3 points here, which they might actually be able to do with what they have left. It's up to ANS to realize that that's their win condition, though. We shall see. I am paying special attention to Bell's liners and their damage control because Bell, earlier today in a match, not only skill issued the DC of one of their liners, but 2 of them, and ended up having both liners with no restores, with 4 restores still left in the storage of both of them. Yeah, it looks like Duke is just flanking speed down to the lowest point of C, trying to get into cover as much as possible, force the liners to pop up into the incoming fire of the rest of their front line in order to try and dislodge them at C. That Axford is the really heavily damaged one, the one that got broadside on to all the 450 earlier, which is probably why it's the sacrifice choice for C right now. Squadron of 2 bombers up. Ajax Squadron is flanking towards A. probably looking to engage Duke of Stars here in the center. 4 torpedoes, 4 bombs. Ajax turns back. Could be waiting for reinforcements to guarantee the kill. Duke does get out of arc of all of the 450 liners on C, which means they are safe for the time being. They are still being tracked by Quiz, as Quiz has put the Bloodhound tug facing towards C, making sure that that expert is always on track.
Yeah, I just noticed how much sensor assets OSP here has. 2 LRTs and an AWR.
Quiz would be the reason for that. Yep, Quiz does love their sensor assets, and in this game, it is working wonders for them as they are able to keep tracks of the entire ANS team pretty much simultaneously. The only ship that ANS has that's not detected is Sammy's Capper on Boxer. OSP is aware of the entire board right now, and it very much shows. They have positioned their ships perfectly to compensate for the push. Scrub is striking with 2 bombers onto A now.
There's no jammer.
No comms jammer on Duke. As, yeah, that's going to be a hit. 1 bomb looks like it was accidentally salvoed out early. A little bit of probably mismanagement from the fire orders from Ajax Squadron there. Although they still have 3 bombs. That should be more than enough to cripple the rest of this Axford. Although, no, both the point defense on that angle are gone. They're knocked out, which means that Ajax bomb strike should go through if it commits. Although it doesn't look like it is. It looks like it's retreating, probably looking to preserve assets for later engagement. The Meat Journeyman is now committing onto A, and you can see how tanky these things are. This thing is eating fire from 2 Axfords and a BB and is just fine.
Yeah, this is wild.
This is completely fair and balanced, folks. Oh, Graveyard Squadron joins up with, forgot the squadron name before, but those are committing onto A right now. Looks like they're trying to dislodge Duke of Stars from the A point so that the Journeyman can cap in its last moments of life. We shall see if it's able to do that. The Journeyman almost eating friendly fire from the 250 liner. Passes right between the Axford and the 250 liner, nearly eating some shells into its very vulnerable section there. Is the Meat Journeyman orbit dodging right now?
Yeah, he has an orbit command set.
Huh.
Hopefully he doesn't fly into
The torpedoes? No, the torpedoes were
he'll be
launched
fine.
from an off angle, so it should be okay.
this.
Almost, though.
For.
Yeah, that expert is screwed. Graveyard Squadron has bomb follow-up. That should be enough to dislodge Duke from the point completely. And that is 4 of ANS's 6 Axfords dealt with already.
Scarvis, I think, messed up his bomb run. Only 1 got released.
Yeah, only a
Oh, there
couple
it
got
is.
out, but they're gonna go into the... No, that got into the belly. That got into the belly.
That's not enough to stop.
Structure break, not enough to kill, but that 250 liner should have no problem finishing up the Axford. And this Meat Journeyman is still alive. Oh, there goes CIC. Okay, so it's finally... CIC finally got knocked out. I think that ANS might have enough of an angle that their shells do get bite on the J-Man and are able to kill it.
They're trying to
Yeah,
fire
the
AP
BB
right now, and it's just over.
They're firing AP. AP, yeah, AP doesn't help because AP just overpens. I think the BB's got enough of a bite with the 450 HE from the side there that it can get through, but still. Scrubbus is gonna, I believe, detonate on... Nope. Wait. Maybe? Yes, I believe that Scrubbus is likely gonna detonate on A. Oh, speaking of...
Oh.
The shuttle from really early on detonates on everyone at A, sealing everyone's fate on the A point. Scrubbus's Axford on C is a drive and a CIC. And likely going to die at any second, leaving C open for OSP to retake here.
I'm gonna laugh so hard if this Journeyman survives on A longer than an Axford does.
It might, actually.
Holy cow. They know this thing is still alive, right? Yeah, it's still alive.
Yeah, they're still engaging
so
it.
It's
They're
actually
still
Bloom,
engaging
so
it.
it's harder to kill now.
AP is going to double overpin now. I believe that's HEHC being fired from the secondaries of the 250 liner.
The enemy is
Yep, there goes the Axford. There goes
Axford
the
is
Axford.
actually dead.
OSP
For
is
the
securing A
Journeyman.
point. The Meat Journeyman. Do you think the Journeyman's gonna live long enough to take the point. It
Here,
has
here.
a
Is there
there's an
going to be a fuel line
FLF.
fire? Oh,
I think they get the fuel line
yeah, they
fire
get
in
it.
time. This thing might take the point. ANS stops firing at the meat journeyman, engages the shuttle heading C.
They
They're no
have lost.
OSP is gonna take the point with this meat journeyman. Are you kidding me right now?
The enemy is securing zone comet.
Bruh. I think they gave up on killing it. They might have. There's the surrender from Duke. It looks like ANS is probably calling it here. Their meat
It's
rush
over.
over
I mean,
the
this
top.
is why you
Their
need beams. This is why you need beams.
Yeah.
This is why you spam beam stones. This is why.
their rush over the top kind of stalled as well when they needed it to continue.
Yeah.
The enemy secured zone.
Yeah, there's
A.
8 points secured. Jesus Christ. I'm worried about the tournament that's coming up with Meat Journeyman. Like, that's gonna be so abysmal. BB now dealing with the 450 liners. The 450 liners doing an excellent job of preserving themselves into the late game here. Understanding that the top flank had way too much stuff for them to deal with. They retreated at first sign of danger, preserved themselves into the late game, and are now going to just mop up the rest of ANS. You can see here Bell is already getting a 450 broadside into this BB. Their liners have split into different directions, allowing them to do this. Zuzu's experts are still pretty much intact, but unfortunately the rest of ANS is kind of gone. BB now pushing into C, probably looking to secure the objective. That is like the third time this Meat Journeyman's been bloomed on, and it's still alive.
You have to like DC kill this thing.
Honestly, that might be the play. 250 RPF. No, because then you can just micro your DC teams. Like, huh. There's the surrender from Sammy, who was already out of ships to begin with. It's just Onomatopoeia and Pazuzu left on ANS. They are the only healthy ships left. The rest of their team has been annihilated by Scrubbus's carrier play, and the liners, of course. I think Pazuzu looks like they are diving A to try and take the point here. They're broadside onto the 250 liner, which is going to hurt, but they should be able to win that fight regardless. Looks like they are flanking the other one likely either to E or C. Looks like they're flanking it to C to try and support the BB.
These liners are all.
Yeah, I mean,
The amount of damage or amount of gunfire that went into that one journeyman would have been enough gunfire to put down 2 liners.
probably. You can see here now Pazuzu forced to choose which target to bow tank. It just gets, yep, and there goes the surrender from Pazuzu there. Onomatopoeia as the last one. I'm expecting a surrender any moment now. They are the last ship left against 4 pretty much intact 450 liners. Prone's 250 liner and the cap fleet. Yep, there it goes. And that is a GG as OSP takes this one, successfully denying the meat rush onto C.
It was a little scuffed, I think. Well, I'm not sure if I like the Greedfords because you're sacrificing a lot of defenses for this, but
You can get away as long as you actually turn on your comms jammer and fire a Killjoy. You should be relatively okay there. But I think a lot of that was Sammy was forced to split up there.
And also, the thing is, right, Scrubbus, if this BB actually brought SDMs, the entire carrier would have just been shut down.
That is true. Honestly, it has Killjoys. Yeah,
It brought fighters, which are just not worth it.
They're nice for defending yourself, but not useful for team play.
I mean, SDMs. The thing is, right, the opportunity cost is SDM.
Yeah, it's much better for SDM. Yeah,
just,
especially with the buff to their warhead.
12-kilometer diameter sphere of no go. Especially if you're playing a 450 ball and you're going for the orbital Arroyo play, you're going to be in open space. So if you just have SDMs, you cover literally the whole map, or at least the active area that you're going to be in. And yeah, you're going to deny. There's only 10 sturgeons. You could literally kill this entire carrier.
Wait, it was
with,
only 10 of them?
Yeah, you could kill this entire carrier with like sub 20 STMs.
Oh. Huh. Yeah, it's completely R2 strike, which doesn't really work when the enemy doesn't have any beamstones for you to kill, but the bombers pulled their weight enough for it to matter. Like, the bombers did the most work here. They were able to dislodge a couple of key assets on A and some on C as well. I think if ANS had committed to the push, I think they would have done a lot better there. We saw halfway through there that the push kind of stalled, and that's when the fleet started splitting up. I think that ANS's win condition there was to just continue the push and try and collapse onto the liners.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
they could have, if they didn't lose so many actors doing that right off the rip, it would have been okay holding the 3 cap and just ball up.
yeah.
But,
Hmm.
well, one, the Journeyman, like, it says 8k damage tanked, but, that's not true.
We multiply that by 4.
Yeah.
Huh. It's because there's literally nothing in the front for it to damage, so any shells going into it don't even deal damage,
Yeah.
according to the game.
The damage is just gone. Like,
All right, do we
doesn't
want to
exist.
drop down for post-match before the next one?
Yep. And I will stop my recording. GG's.